Hey, it's BT. Guess who's back? I know it took a long time, but hey, I was traveling. You have no idea what I did to watch what I watched when you have no idea. And is anybody like me? You're such a geek freak, GP freak that like, if you can't watch just any session at all, you're just like, unless it's like Moto 2. No offense, but like Moto 2, FP2, maybe Moto 2, FP1. Maybe Moto 2, FP3. But other than that, you ever like miss a session? You're just like, freak. That's how it was the whole time. So anyway, I finally got it in. I'm getting the review in. Man, I'm going to tell you something. The Red Bull Ring circuit was, from where we watched, us viewers who weren't there live, that was beautiful. It was, I thought it was beautiful. Yet still, I didn't like turn 3 and turn 10. I thought they were dangerous, man. I was like, even when Suzuki fell in Moto 3, his bike, I think, hit the wall. And I was like, man, that was a Moto GP bike. But, you know, they dodged a bullet. They dodged a bullet. But it's a beautiful track. Beautiful and sexy and dangerous. It's kind of like 1999 Anna Nicole Smith. Remember how she was beautiful, but yet still she was batshit crazy? That's how that track was. It was beautiful, yet still was batshit crazy. Fastest track on the circuit now, and it was beautiful. Anyway, let's get down to it. Moto 3. I'm gonna call this whole thing the rise of Lazarus, and redemption. That's what it's about. Because people who we kind of wrote off, they came back, and I thought that was beautiful. Like Fabio Quartararo and Moto 3. I really wanted that kid to get a podium, and I wanted him to win, actually, because he needed it. He had, some 13ths. He crashed. I saw him in Germany personally because I was there. And he hurt his thumb, and it was swollen up, and he still had a good attitude. And I love that kid. Anyway, I thought Moto 3 was a great race. Those kids, I always say those kids don't get enough credit. They don't get paid. And I don't know if they get paid or not because they're like, it's kind of like child labor laws, right? They're in like 15, so like 15, 16, so you can't really pay them. I don't think you pay them. I think they pay a race, I think, right? Anyway, thought it was great. With Romano Fenati, him getting axed by Valentino, listen, all I'm going to say is the kid's got problems, maybe anger management problems. I feel for the kid. I mean, he's with the upper echelon, and you get cut by Rossi. And Ross, they were going to have a special team for Moto 2, and you get cut. I don't know what his deal is. I'm not going to bash the kid. I just want him to get his act together and maybe come back next year and just plead and beg with Rossi. That's what I hope. I mean, he's a kid. We all do stupid stuff when we're younger, and then you get older, you go, wow, why did I do that? So I hope he gets his act together. That's all I'm going to say about that. Great race. I got to give it to Johan Mir, man. What a great, that kid, the Leopold Racing team, that's a great team with Locatelli, Quartararo, and Mir. And God bless Mir. I thought he did a great job. Good race. Brad Binder still is the toast of the class. Brad Binder is like Danny Kent from last year, in that he's like the oldest, and so he's more mature. He just knows how to race in that division. I'm glad he didn't go up. He's going to come down. He's going to take the title this year. It's all his. With Navarro going out, and I fell for Navarro. Man, I just felt for that kid. He was coming back. He was up to 6th, wasn't he? Up to 6th, and he crashed out. Got a feel for him, but it's going to be Brad Binder's to lose now, and he's not going to lose it. Brad Binder's is mature. Good for that kid. It's like me if I was playing like basketball against a bunch of middle schoolers. Sure, they might score a couple points, but I'm still going to win because I'm older and I'm good. So, anyway, move on to Moto 2. Moto 2, a friend of mine, I'm mad at her because she told me, she goes, I fell asleep during Moto 2. I don't know what it was like. I heard it was pretty good. Moto 2 was a great race. I'm going to say it right now. Johann Zarco to me is the most underrated rider in all classes. All classes combined, he's the most underrated rider in all MotoGP. The most underrated. Johann Zarco is going to do things with Tech 3 Yamaha next year. You watch. Johann Zarco was a great racer. What he did was incredible. He raced perfectly. And props to Franco Morbidelli, baby. Way to go, Franco. I love Franco. And also, Alex Rins got a little dirty. Did you see him against Tom Luthi at the very end, the last turn? He kind of put his put his wheel up inside him and came through with the victory. And I think Luther was mad. Or as Scott Russell would say, he just went up there, you try to make any friends, just try to get a podium, if you want friends, go to Facebook. And that's what he did. He put that front tire up inside him, and it was over. I thought it was a great race by Renz. Good for Renzi, man, got a little dirty. So Moto 2 was great, Moto 3 was great, and Moto GP, we all were expecting the Ducatis to do well. But during qualifying, I thought it was great how Rossi and Lorenzo came through. As a matter of fact, this is Lorenzo. Here's Lorenzo's favorite song. Here comes the sun, dun, 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 dun. Here comes the sun, and I say I'm going to qualify on the front row or the second row. I thought, honestly, after the first day when it was cold, I said, oh, Lorenzo's done. Remember, he was down I think he finished like 6th the first day. I thought he was done, and then it got warmer, and you saw Lorenzo's confidence grow. If it gets hot, Lorenzo's confidence grows. And the weird thing about it is his confidence grows, and as it gets hotter, Maverick Vinales' bike doesn't perform as well. So when it's cold, Vinales. When it's hotter, Lorenzo. It's like those two are like, which is weird because they're going to take each other's place. So it's like this. It's like a little scale. If it's cold, Maverick. If it's hotter, Lorenzo. So I thought it was great. The race, honestly, that race gave me goosebumps. It reminded me of Phillip Island. Remember how it was a four battle race in Phillip Island? That's what it was like. Only it was like a 6 battle race for a little bit, and I thought it was great. Props to Marc Marquez, man, with that dislocated shoulder. He said it didn't hurt him during the race, but I just think it did. I think he couldn't really get, it wasn't like the typical Marc, but he held off Vinales. I thought it was a great race. At one time, we had 6 bikes, and I don't know about you guys, but I loved every minute of it. I thought Rossi was going to pull it off, actually. I really did. I kind of thought Rossi has the greatest race pace of anybody, so I thought he was going to be able to pull it off, but he didn't. But I like the little individual battles once they spread out. I like how the Yamaha stayed with them, and like the individual battles. Rossi and Lorenzo didn't battle like I thought they were going to, and Marquez and Vinales didn't battle like that 1 and 2. But man, I thought it was a great race. It gave me shivers up my spine. You know what MotoGP is like? Moto 3 is the best racing, I think, pure racing. I mean, it's all a pack race. Moto 3 is like going to a great restaurant. You know the main course is going to be good, but you didn't know how good the appetizers are going to be. You're like, oh my God, you got tacos and pizza. Oh my God. And you go, surely the main dish can't be as good as the appetizer. Well, it is. And Moto 2 is like, salad's pretty good. I don't like salad, but salad's pretty good. Okay. That's what it's like. Moto 3 has the best appetizer you could ever have with like I said, tacos, pizza, and what else is it? And chips and salsa. Chips and salsa are underrated for a meal. But anyway, that's what I feel about the whole racing. I thought the weekend was great. Props to Iannone. When I say redemption and this race was the rise of Lazarus, we wrote, and we say what you want about Iannone. Iannone is a racer, man. I mean, yeah, he's made mistakes and bonehead moves. We all know that. But if I was Ducati, I've always said this, it's easier to reel in a rider who's a little out of control. It's either to reel him in than get a rider to like maybe step it up a little bit. And I thought that Dovi, as much as I love Dovi and he's a good constant, Dovi just, I could see Iannone winning before Dovi, and that's why I picked him in my fantasy, MotoGP Fantasy League to win, and he won. So I picked the winner. I thought Iannone did a great race. Good for Iannone. I thought it was great. He really could have stuck it to Ducati in a way. He kind of did, and you felt that. He kind of like, oh, really? You're going to choose him over me? Okay. And he kind of, but God bless him, man. I was happy for the guy. He's crazy. Call him Crazy Joe for a reason. He is a maniac, but I thought he was great. He gambled on those tires. Whoa, what a gamble that was. I thought it was great. At the last minute, he gambled. Did you see him grab his chief engineer? He grabbed his head like this, like, all right, let's do this. I thought that was great. At the very end, right before the start of the race, he did that. I thought it was great. And then you're going to leave, and then you're the one that wins Ducati's first race in 6 years. I mean, it's like a divorce is coming. You know what I mean? Like, a divorce is coming, and the guy chose this other person over you. And you go, okay, and you end up winning the lottery just as you're moving your stuff out. And you win the lottery, and you go, hey, good luck in life. Hope everything works out for you. As you win the lottery and you move into a bigger house without that person, that's what that was like. It was like, and he's like, yeah, hey, it was fun while it lasted. He's going, you won the lottery. Oh my God, I picked the wrong person. That's what that race was like. Props to Iannone. I got to give it to him. And also the most underrated rider in MotoGP, I think, is Laverty also. But Laverty crashed out. But Laverty and Zarco, two most underrated riders in all classes. Rider of the race, MotoGP rider of the race, I got to give it to. I'm gonna give it to Iannone. He won it. He had a lot on his mind, and he kind of stuck it to him. So I give it to Iannone in MotoGP. In Moto2, I got to give it to Johann Zarco. Zarco did a great job. Good day. And props to Alex Marquez. He finished the race. God bless Alex Marquez. I think it's great. He got a 6th. Hopefully, man, there's great things coming. The kid tries hard. He's been a tough season for props to Alex Marquez. Rider of the race goes to Johann Zarco. He's brilliant. And he did a backflip in that little outfit that the Austrians have, which I think is great. That anyway, and that Ricola outfit, Anyway, Moto3, rider of the race, Johan Mir. He's a rookie, got his first race. It was great. Thought it was awesome. Anyway, sorry for the late review. Anyway, hope you guys watched. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being patient, and thanks for being on me like Wednesday review. I love that. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Later this week we got Bruno. So thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Bye.